Since September of 2023, we have seen Bitcoin on a tremendous uptrend. We actually got a slightly higher low today than the December 11th dump, right? So we are still trending. Today in my Patreon Discord chat, people were asking me, why are we bouncing? Why are we going up? What's the news today? What's the news? A lot of times you'll notice that in these trends, you don't really need news to move. It's all about momentum. And you might be able to just pretend that there's a news story that caused the pump. But think about it. Every time Bitcoin went up in the 2017 bull market, it didn't require a news event every day for the price to go up. Sometimes there's just a high level of demand. If the demand or the buy pressure is higher than the supply or the sell pressure, the trend is up. If the sell pressure is higher than the demand, well, the trend is down. It is that simple. There doesn't have to be news. On that December 11th dip, I noticed a lot of people got kind of fearful there. The bear market PTSD kicked right back in. And even yesterday, when the price came all the way down right near that December 11th low, people had that bear market PTSD kicking back in, scaring them out of their positions, so on and so forth. And I went to Twitter and I said, if you have FOMO during pumps and you have fear during dumps, you're not going to make it. Reverse instincts are required in markets. Turn on your brain, turn off your mind. I got a comment from somebody that was saying, great advice for noobs. That's not true at all. A true professional, an expert, is the best at the basics. That's why they are a professional. That's why they are an expert. They can do the basics in their sleep. Nobody is too good for the basics, guys. Looking at the Kraken Pro chart, I had the RSI mapped out. We have a bounce right off of the level 53 on the daily RSI. That was the low that we put in right here on November 21st. These RSI trends, these RSI supports do play a key role in creating market structure. And so as long as we're holding that, as long as Bitcoin is maintaining this RSI horizontal support, that means we're probably maintaining the trend. And speaking of the RSI, this is the Bitcoin weekly chart, made a Twitter post about this. In 2020, right before 2021, the bull run, we broke the 70 level on the weekly RSI, and this led to a major uptrend for Bitcoin going all the way up to the high at 65,000, right? And we've done that again. We've broken 70 on our current run, which is early because it's pre-halving. But this is historically a very bullish sign. You'll notice that during each halving, Bitcoin is normally about 50% below the all-time high. Here, 2020, about 50 to 55% below the all-time high during the halving. And we are still like 4 months away from the halving, and Bitcoin's price is already 38% away from the all-time high. So it seems like we're going a little quicker this time around. And why is that? If you look at the S&P 500 and then you look at Bitcoin, what you'll notice is that the S&P 500 always breaks the all-time high before Bitcoin. Why would that be? Well, Bitcoin crypto, it's a high risk market. It's a risk on asset, and it's one of the highest in the risk on, categories. So the speculators require confidence to speculate into a new all-time high, which means that they want to see the stock market already doing that. Because when the stock market is challenging or breaking the all-time high, and then that gives speculators confidence to speculate into the new all-time high. Because, well, the stock market did it, why can't we? Right? It's all about confidence. And so the S&P in 2016 breaks its all-time high. About 8 months later, something around 4 to 8 months is usually the time zone. Bitcoin breaks its all-time high. 2020, the S&P starts challenging, hitting a new all-time high. Bitcoin, 4 months later, breaks its all-time high. The S&P currently about 1.5% away from the all-time high. That gives us maybe 4 months, which actually lines up directly with the halving in April. That could line up, guys. Maybe the S&P breaks out soon, and then 4 months from now, Bitcoin is also breaking its all-time high. And so the S&P hitting a new all-time high gives speculators the green light. The stock market's doing it, why can't we? And then you start to see, a lot of bullish speculation, a lot of over exuberance, and that's where you start to, get your real power trends. All of that optimism and all of that demand for the price of Bitcoin, that's how you get that all-time high run. So the S&P, as much as people don't like to admit it, does sort of give us signs and signals here in the crypto market of when it's safe to speculate into a new all-time high. So That's what's happening now. Bitcoin's maintaining these higher levels, probably because the S&P appears to be about to break out to a new all-time high. And the Fed is getting ready to cut rates, which is going to make it cheaper to borrow cash, which means getting liquidity into the market is cheaper. And that's how you start to see more pumps and just more speculation and just more bullish price action in general. So that is kind of the analysis I wanted to give you guys today. It's, more so about market dynamics, market functions, psychology, and why certain things happen. Today's video wasn't necessarily focused too much on price levels, but just giving a better understanding on how, what, where, why are these things happening. So if you guys enjoyed this video and you like this kind of content, smash the like, subscribe to this channel. And if you want to get more details on what I'm doing in this market, what altcoins I'm buying, join the Patreon below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.